Hello, it's Tim here again, and I'd like to welcome you to North Wales, just a couple miles south from Llansannan in the county of Conwy. Here for a short break weekend, and did a lovely walk this morning, so I want to talk to you about that walk. Nice 10k loop, taking in parts of the North Wales Pilgrims Trail and the Clwydian Way, which are actually just up behind the accommodation we're staying at, Llyn Aled here. So we set up the lane, which zigzags uphill and up onto the ridgeway, which is actually a tarmac surface. You can tell it's a very old route because there are a couple Bronze Age barrows heading southeastish. There's a really decent sized barrow on the right hand side. Now, the swing around point for this walk was a waterfall, Rhaeadr y Bedd, which I think means a waterfall of the grave, just past the dam at Llyn Aled. So we descended towards the dam, spectacular views through the valley to the north, and looking down onto the dam as it staggers down. Spent a few minutes enjoying the absolute calm and tranquility of the place. Saw maybe 4 or 5 vehicles in 4.5 kilometers of walking. Wanted a closer look at the waterfall, so went up onto a knoll which positions you to see the waterfall, and it must be among the least viewed pretty decent waterfalls in Wales, I reckon, because it's a very long. It comes down to one confluence of the valley, and at the base of a dam there is an outlet tube, which I guess they must use when the dam is receiving a lot of water in and they need to relieve the amount of water going in. I imagine the waterfall combined with that outlet when it's necessary will be pretty spectacular to view. As we were descending downhill to see the waterfall, my wife screamed, and what she thought was actually a piece of poo turned out to be a toad ambling its way along the ground. And I spent a moment just to say hello to the toad and film it coming towards me. The waterfall was spectacular, really, really impressive. Worth having a peep at if you end up in this neck of the woods. Then looping back around, heading over the dam, turning to the right, attempted to see if there was an alternative way of viewing the waterfall, but there wasn't. So then picked up the footpath, which goes off at an angle from the main road, which also gives a shorter approach back on the return loop. This eventually cuts into a hollow way and a very old route, which you can see defined by the old trees and the erosion around their roots, leaving some gnarled and twisted, wonderful forms along it. In a few places, the trees had actually fallen down and I needed to push some of them aside or step through them. And even the dog wanted to help a little bit by chewing some of the twigs as I was trying to snap them off. We got to a point near a farmhouse where the holloway becomes very, very boggy, and nature has indeed reclaimed the track. After a little bit of confusion, we picked up the path around the side of a farmhouse, and the track then continues around the northern end of the farmhouse and rejoins the original intended trail. That then becomes a really decent trail for the last 1.5 kilometers or so, and you then come to a statue with a cross, a rosary and a Bible. I assume it must be something to do with the North Wales Pilgrims Way. The last 750 metres or so is descending across a field. You have Hendre to your front right hand side downhill. Lovely trees, lovely meadow. I imagine it gets very, very boggy if it's been wet underfoot. But it gives a really decent 10k loop out and back using the North Wales Pilgrims Way and the Clwydian Way. As you can probably hear, the bird song here at Hendre Aled is really, really impressive. Lovely, peaceful, remote spot. I'll be doing another video from our stay in North Wales for tomorrow, hoping to return to some stone rows I've not been to for 20 years. There's a prehistoric stone roads, a very interesting, intriguing prehistoric ritual landscape, which is in some ways almost completely forgotten. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed, please subscribe and you'll get more ancient sites and walks content besides music and autism, mental health stuff to come. Take care, bless you. Thanks for watching.